My name's Diana, and I like to dance. Welcome to Doing Stuff with Diana. Sorry. Welcome back to Doing Stuff with Diana. This is my natural face. Adult acne, it's a problem. Today, we are going to talk about why I quit my last job as a teacher assistant at a school. Honestly, I have been avoiding talking about this because I've been really hurt by everything that happened. So it took a long time for me to be able to even start trying to talk about it. And now I am finally, I'm still pretty butthurt about it, but I'm ready to talk about it at least. I figured today we could take a break from the anti-MLM content, do a little bit of get ready with me, and just chill. Let's vibe. This channel is called Doing Stuff with Diana anyways. So here we go with the stuff. Speaking of stuff, another reason why I'm doing this get ready with me versus like things that take more research is because I have been binging on making a train for my daughter's princess dress. Yes, look, check it out. It's called a casual princess dress. I'll link it. I found it on Pinterest. And then I'm in this sewing group on Facebook where this girl said she made an attachable train to a princess dress. And I thought, I could do that too. I have leftover fabric from our Daisy casual princess dress. Bam! Oh, it's upside down. Check it out. Check it out. And I'm attaching hooks so that I can hook it to her dress. And then it's a long train behind it. Check it out. Isn't that cute? Oh my god. I started binging on that project and refused to do any video prep for today's recording session. Also, I'm not claiming to be a professional makeup artist, okay? I just do with what I can. Did that sentence make sense? My child took my makeup sponge and I do not have that for today's makeup session. So we're just gonna do with what we got. Is anyone interested in what what I'm using today? I don't know. I guess I could list it. When I was pregnant, I somehow came across how I'm going to educate her when she's older. And there's this method called the Montessori method. I don't have the definition on me. I'll attach it to the screen, but it's child-led learning. The child gets to play, or which is called work, and the parent is only there to guide. I really liked that. Plus, it really puts an emphasis on natural materials. So they try to stick to metals, wooden blocks, and I have bought a couple of Montessori toys and they're so nice and sturdy. So I'm not necessarily claiming my whole life is Montessori led. I think I more interweave it into our day of what is applicable. If it applies to what we do at home, then we'll apply it. The Montessori teaching method was created by this bad bitch named Dr. Montessori in the late 1800s. Her first school opened up in 1902. With this teaching method, the emphasis isn't to treat the child like they're younger and they don't know any better. No, you talk to them straight up like you would anyone else. Maybe that's not the best way to explain it. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? At this point in time, my child... Did I already do all my primer? Oh yeah. At this point in time, I was not working anywhere, and I was staying home with my child, and I noticed that she kind of wanted to hang out with other kids, and so I felt bad. And sure, we needed the money, so it would be nice to go find another job, but for the most part, this is important, again, I'm not a professional makeup artist, for the most part I wanted a job at a school so that my child can get kid interaction. I will have you know, I am blind as shit, so every time I'm looking at the camera, I cannot see anything. I really need to like use my tools. What do you know? There happened to be a Montessori school near me. I was pretty excited. I thought, okay, we're already using this at home. I can go work at the school. It'll be nice. I'll learn different things, new methods to apply into our life. So I applied, I got the job. 4 to 6 weeks pass, and the reason why I have that range of time versus an exact time is because I swear I worked there from late March to late April with my daughter. So that's like 4 weeks, but then I do the math and I look at a calendar and it adds up to like 6 weeks. So let's say 4 to 6 weeks. And then finally, around the 5th week or so, I get into a student teacher conference, right? Or a parent teacher conference. Basically, all she says is that I understand Yuki is a little stubborn, so at home, do this and this and this, basically to work with her stubbornness. Okay, no biggie. Oh, and by the way, at this school, I was not in the same class as her. She was in the toddler class and I was in the 3 to 6 class. That's another thing about that teaching method. They don't go by grades, they go by age ranges. So I was in the older kid class. And I loved that job. It was pretty good so far. Don't get me wrong, I was new to the workforce and I was just constantly trying to please the teacher. I feel like I constantly messed up. And teachers know what they're doing. If she ever told me, hey, I wish you had approached this issue in this way instead of how you did it, I would listen because she's a teacher. What do I know? I just always found a way to put the blame on me, which again, that's fair, right? She's a teacher and I'm a new employee. Yeah, that first month, everything was fine and dandy. Oops, I forgot you're not supposed to put concealer on the under eye. Oh well. So the parent-teacher conference came. All I was told was that my child was stubborn, this and this and this can be done in order to counter that. Okay, thank you, bye. And then the week before spring break, the teacher on the last day pulls me aside and she's like, hey, Yuki's been having some issues. She has been hitting kids. There was one time that she got mad at me and she tried biting me. She tried biting another kid. We're gonna have to ask you to not bring her because all the other kids that are with her are regressing. And I'm like, what? I swear at that point in time, she was going through a rebelling phase where anytime I would tell her not to do something or whatever, she would scream and try to hit me. So the fact that she said she was trying to hit people that were telling her what to do wasn't shocking to me. But the fact that she was biting, I'm like, whoa, that's new. Okay. Can I just say I did not do a good job with that? Oops. We're just trying our best here. I felt really bad. I was like, what as a parent am I doing wrong that my child misbehaved so much? She was having other kids regress and is now being asked not to go to school. Like, I felt terrible. I remember crying to my husband too because I was just like, why? What happened? But okay, I thought I could make it work. I like the job. My husband works from home and he works nights. We basically can just I work during the days, he works nights. That's fine. That's perfect. I didn't stop to think, did it actually work out for my family if I just kept working there? I didn't stop to think that. All I thought was, I like the job. I don't want them to get upset that now that they're kicking my child out of school, that me working here is much more complicated. Basically, my mindset was I need to cater to them and I need to focus on working my whole world around this job. Why? I don't know. My mom, her work ethic is incredible. Incredible. I'm not saying mine is. However, she's always trying to appease the boss. And I think that's where my priorities stem from. Seeing my mom's incredible work ethic and subconsciously trying to achieve it. So here I go, trying to appease the boss, trying to figure out a way to work my life around this job. For a month, I kept working there while my child stayed home with my husband during the day. I don't know at what point in time the teacher's attitude changed about me, but it did. She started... I'm an empath, so whenever I feel someone is not happy with me, any single sign of that, I immediately sense it. And I can swear to you, when we got back from spring break, something about what I did, something about how she was treating me changed. And I didn't know what I did. I kind of was wondering, did I mess something up bad enough that it changed her opinion of me? What is going on? Regardless, I started feeling like I had to tiptoe around her. But you know what? I feel like everyone had to tiptoe around her. Her teaching method, I can't say it was cruel, but she was stern. The kids were scared of her. Let's be real. They were scared to disappoint her. And I don't know if that's bad, but I feel like there's a line where it's toxic. And she was definitely past that point. It was the kind where if one of the kids messed up, I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be like, ooh, she's gonna be upset. Because of that feeling of not wanting to get her upset, I started, anytime I would mess up, I started feeling that anxiety of getting in trouble too. I'm sorry, the TA that you're paying minimum wage to help you is feeling anxious to approach you with a problem. That's not good. But again, I don't want to speak up because teacher knows best, right? Teacher knows best. What do I know? I'm just a minimum wage employee, and she's the teacher who has way more experience with kids, who has studied the Montessori method. So of course, I don't say anything. Then finally, one day, right before I quit, this happened. We were in the playground. I think a kid accidentally bumped into another kid. He fell to the floor and landed on his wrist, and he was crying. And I said, "Are you okay?" And I look at his hand. It looks fine. It looks fine, but he's crying. And I'm like, here, let's check on it in a little bit. Let's see how it's looking in a little bit. I was pretty sure it was nothing. He was gonna get over it, and we were gonna go about our merry day. I believe an hour or so passes, and he comes up to me and he's like, "My wrist still hurts." And I'm like, oh man, he did mess it up. I look at it. It looks fine. But why did he approach me again, upset about his wrist? You know what? I don't want to chance it. I would rather be careful than just ignore him and be like, hey, it's nothing. And you know what? At this point, I even started seeing colors on his wrist. It's not my eyeliner. I don't know if it's because he was complaining and so it made me nervous, but I swear to you, that second time he came up to me complaining about his wrist, the palm of his hand, where his wrist is, it looked a little colored to me. So I thought, again, I could have just been saying things. But that is what led me to think, you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm going to give him a pack of ice, and then I'm going to put it in the incident log, which was a binder where anytime a kid got hurt, you logged it. You don't want to send a kid home with a bruise or something, and the parent be like, what happened? The teacher or anyone else, if a parent has questions, can look at that log and tell them exactly what happened. So that's what I did. I gave him ice, and I was gonna go put it in the incident report when I guess the kid that I gave ice to walked out with the ice, and the teacher saw him, and she was like, what is that for? And he was like, oh, it's for my wrist. And she was like, let me see. And then at that point, I was still in the kitchen, right? Oh yeah, I should probably do my makeup. I'm getting riled up. Freaking bitch. At this point in time, I am still in the kitchen while the little boy that I gave ice to had turned the corner, and he shows her his wrist, and she says, there's nothing on it. There's nothing wrong with it. Diana, and I come over, and at this point, I know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get it. She's like, Diana, there's nothing wrong with his wrist. Look at it. He like shows me his wrist, and I'm like, she's like, there's nothing wrong with it. And she makes him throw away the ice pack. Girl, I wanted to say something so fucking bad right then and there. But you know what? Teacher knows best. Teacher knows best, right? Teacher knows best. It is very hard for me to hide what I am feeling from my face. So when she gives me all that attitude over a fucking pack of ice, I don't say anything, and I just turn around and leave. Because Lord Jesus help me with my patience. By then, I had already been really frustrated that week. I think that was Wednesday of the last week of school before summer vacay. And I had wanted to talk to my husband since Monday that I hated that job at that point. What's the point? I realized. My daughter's not even going. I'm being treated like dirt for minimum wage. I am being treated like dirt for minimum wage. Hello, but my husband was working nights and I was working days. So there was kind of no time to sit down and talk. Oh, and by the way, at this point, the only times I had ever missed was like 3 or so days because I got sick. I guess that's what happens when you start working with kids, am I right? Another time I asked to come in late because I was looking for another school to put my kid in so she could still get the kid interaction that I originally wanted her to get. Oh, another day I had to call out because my husband worked the whole night and he really couldn't take care of her during the day, so I had to stay home. So FYI, that comes into play later. Where was I? Okay, yes. So by the time this ice pack drama happened, I was fed up. I got home and I thought, I don't know what, but I have to talk to my husband like tonight. And I explained to him the ice pack incident. And he told me, Diana, even people in the military can go and seek medical, what is it called? Medical advice? Can go to the doctor for whatever fucking bullshit reason. So the fact that she was not even letting him get a damn ice pack for an injury, that is a right that even the most basic person in the military is allowed to have. And that's when I finally realized that me giving a damn ice pack to a kid who was complaining about an injury isn't as crazy as she was making it out to be. And I told him, well, what do I do now? I still have like 2 more days of that torturous school before I can call it off for summer vacay and then quit or something. And he said, just don't go back. And for me, that was like, excuse me? You can't just not go back to a job. You can't do that. That's illegal. It's not, but in my brain it was. That's the largest offense I could possibly commit. And he said, you don't owe them anything. At least I think he did. But I really don't. Nobody owes nothing to an employer. Why is it that they have the right to fire you in a lot of the states in this country, but then we have to, as a courtesy, put it in 2 weeks' notice? Fuck that. I'm getting ahead of myself. I told him, I can't do that. You know I can't do that. And he said, why not? I didn't have an answer. I said, I'm gonna sleep on it. And I did. I slept on it. And in the morning, when it was time to get up, I started thinking of the fact that I had to go back to that damn fucking hell with that fucking teacher. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I made up some excuse. I'll be honest. I was like, I can't do it. I need a day to figure out what I'm gonna do, because I can't quit. I can't quit and never come back. That's what outlaws do. So I told them, my husband pulled an all-nighter again last night, and I have to stay home. Was that true? I'll leave that for you to decide. But I had it. I needed a day to think, I thought. And the teacher was like, wait, why does that stop you from coming in? And I was like, because my husband pulled an all-nighter at work, and therefore he needs to sleep during the day, so while I watch Yuki. You know, since she can't go with me to the school. I didn't say that part. She's like, Diana, you have a responsibility for the kids here too. And I understand at this point that the whole me staying home because my husband worked an all-nighter was fabricated. But the fact that she did it and had the nerve to fucking say that to me pissed me the fuck off and made me realize how little she thought of me. She said, you have the responsibility for the kids here too. It's fine if you don't come in today, but on Thursday when you do come in, we need to talk about your attendance. I'm paraphrasing because, again, I don't want to read the text. They piss me off. I don't want to get pissed off, okay? And when she said that we needed to talk about my attendance, that's when I got really upset. Bitch, the majority of my attendance problems are because of you. Wait, who? You. Because you guys said I couldn't bring my child, and that really disrupted being able to work for you. And I said as much. I said something like, the reason why I have been absent is because I haven't been able to take Yuki to school. If you see on my offer letter, that was one of the services that was offered by you guys when I accepted my employment here. Because you guys haven't been following through with that part of my offer letter, it has been very hard to keep working here. It's a miracle that I've only missed twice, I think, is what I said. And I said, don't bother about Thursday, because I'm not coming in. I'm resigning immediately. And she's like, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, you snarky bitch. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But to be fair, as soon as they told me, hey, we can't have you bring your child into school anymore, I should have had the clarity of mind to say, oh, wait a second, that's not going to work for me anymore. That's the whole reason why I started wanting to work here in the first place. And so this is all technically down on my shoulders. It was just a teacher that was not fun to work with. 1282 is not worth working for you, bitch. Something that I learned through this whole experience is that no matter what, put your child first. Hard lesson learned. I think it's because my husband was home during the day, I thought, okay, well, that works. And instead of looking at it from the perspective of, no, it doesn't work for my family, versus, oh, it works for the employer. Maybe I'm not phrasing this the best that I can, but I feel like people tend to automatically think of their child when they're setting their work schedule. Why didn't I? I don't know. I feel like that could have saved me and those people just a ton of headache. The school is cute. Fuck that teacher though. She left after that. Bless the heart of whoever has to deal with her. Like I said, minimum wage is not enough to deal with your ass. If anyone's gonna be her TA, you better offer them at least 20, cause she is, oh my lord, she is a pain in the ass to work with. Okay, what a bitch. This is my look for the day. Maroon. Maroon. Lesson for the day: prioritize your child no matter what. Number 2, I mean, the number 1 sounds like common sense, but apparently I had to learn that the hard way. Lesson number 2: employers are gonna toss you to the side no matter what. You are replaceable. For the love of God, don't stick around and deal with bullshit. Excuse me. You deserve better. Know your worth. Ask for minimum human decency in your workplace. I can't believe I have to say that out loud. That is all I have for you today, homies. Thank you for hanging out with me. Oh, I guess I could do my hair, huh? Next week, we will be coming back with some Antimlm content. I had an interview with another YouTube creator, so that was pretty fun. And I will see you then. Peace out.